What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be working on this 2020 Charger. We're gonna be doing a lot of multiple installs on it, on different modifications to it, and I'm gonna take you guys along for it. Let's check it out. Look at this beautiful baby. So we're gonna end up taking off these bumper guards off for the client. These side markers, this one, in the rear, for both sides, we're gonna end up switching them to smoked out LEDs. And we're gonna be doing the calipers in bright red. The client also has a new diffuser to replace the stock boring one, and we're also installing a K&N intake for the car. And to top it all off, we're gonna install LED headlights to replace the halogens it comes in with. And hopefully by the end of this, he'll look at a totally different car for the client, and he'll be happy. Let's get to it. All right, so I started with the calipers. I put the first coat on, and did like a little light coat, the first coat, so it could stick on very good. And I think they come out really good. I love how big the brakes are in the front. It's gonna show the red a lot more through the wheels. So let's start with the, let's start with the reflectors. Client got these reflectors. I believe he told me they're smoked. Let's see. So I got a front and the back. Let's see. They look like they plug in normally. Oh, that's real nice. So they're full LED. So get rid of the yellow and the red. Oh, that's gonna look real nice. So I'll end up starting to do this one. I'll do a little time lapse so you guys don't bore you. Bro, these deflectors came out. Okay, so that's the back one. It's smoked. And it's one whole LED bar instead of like one little light bulb. Oh, that looks really good. I love it. Now let's do it for the front. These are the new smoked ones. They look so good. These are the original ones. See, so they used to light up only from one little bulb right here. This one lights up. Let me turn it on for you guys so you guys can see. It's only when you turn the lights at night. Oh man, that looks amazing. You see? The back ones are on too. Oh man, that looks badass. Yep. Alright, next one is gonna be the diffuser. So this is the stock diffuser right now. It's just plain. This one has a little spikes that come with, I believe, the RT. It's pretty simple. It's just a push rivet here, and then some bolts all along here. So it'll go attached to the factory bumper. Should be easy replacement, but you never know. So let's get to it. Wow, I'm impressed. Can't really see. See, these are the fins it has. The RT, I believe, has these. Fitment was almost 100%. the screws didn't have holes, so I had to drill it in and directly to the hole where it went. But other than that, it fits perfect. I'm really happy with this one. Now let's go for the big boy front, the K&N air filter. I'm gonna guide you guys how to do it, install it, make sure you don't mess up the MAF sensor, and I'll show you the proper fitment. Alright, at the same time that we're gonna be installing the K&N filter intake, we're gonna be installing the lasfit LED lights. They're 6K lumens, they're 6K white, so it's gonna be bright white. Along with the projectors, it'll project a nice pattern. While we have the intake off, I'll grab the chance to install the lights, and then after we do the K&N intake. So let's do a little unboxing. So these are the LED lights, pretty big. It's gonna be an upgrade from the halogen, yellow halogens they have on. And then the K&N. Oh wow, they have the covers for the seams and everything. Oh, paper. So we have the heat shield, we have the sockets, the couplings that we have here, we have the intake holes where we put the intake, we have the filter right here. It's a huge filter along with the actual tube, intake tube. So I'll show you guys how to put it along, how to take out the original and put these aftermarket intakes. I'll do a little time lapse since there's a lot of process to do. Alright, so basically what you do is you take off the intake housing. It's very simple. There's only I believe 3 bolts to take off, and I believe they're 8mm bolts. And then you take out the clamp for the hose that connects to the housing. Once you take that off, you come over here, you remove the hose that goes into the intake housing, intake manifold, and then you take out the sensor, which is this little sensor here. So then after that, you remove the clamp that's around the throttle body, and then this literally lifts out the whole intake part. So now that I have this off, I'm gonna end up doing the LEDs since they have easier access to both sides. So basically in this step, you gotta take out the little cap. The light is right here on the side. These lights are like dual headlight type things, so then they are one bulb for high beam and low beams. Take out the light bulb. So the light bulb is very small. I'll show you compared to the other one. Big difference. These have a fan in it, so it'll be running cooler. These are polarity sensitive, so you gotta put them on, make sure they work. If not, twist them around. So you see, and they work. So now we put it back in. And then we put the cap back on. That was very simple. Usually I have a trouble certain cars, they don't fit, they don't screw in the right way. This one's very simple. Let's see the outcome. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a big difference. It's on there. You really won't tell the difference now. It's more at night you'll tell the difference, but it's in. Alright, so you have instructions how to do it. So I'm gonna guide you real quick how to do this. So you get the intake blocking housing type thing. You put on this screw right here that this installs onto the factory mount over there. I'll show you once I put it on. You grab the inlet for the intake, put it on this side. There's 2 screws on each side that you put it on. Once you do that, you install the coupling that they provide from K&N, and then you put these 2 clamps on. You tighten one on, and then this one do not tighten it yet, as you need to tighten it onto your tubing on the car. You add the trimming on the sides. The larger one goes on top, the smaller one goes on the bottom. Also, you put in this little rubber garment and you put the screw in here. Not sure what this one does yet. Probably mounts onto the to the same mounting. Actually, I'm looking right here. It mounts onto the strut tower. No, not the strut tower. Right before the coolant tank reservoir. So this is for that. So I'm guessing this just slides in and it'll latch on there. I'm gonna guide you how to install this part, and then we'll continue from there. Alright, so once you finish mounting it the way I told you, mount it onto the factory airbox mount right here. And remember that silicone insert I had? You put it into here, you tighten it, and it's really firm in there. So once that is on, they have another silicone, not silicone, but a coupler that goes onto the throttle body. This is the throttle body. It goes to the insert throttle body. Make sure the car hasn't been run for a while, since you're gonna be touching all these parts and it will be hot. And you install these. I literally just forgot what this thing is called, but this little tightener for the coupler. And then now we're gonna bring in the intake tube. So if you really don't follow anything I do today, just make sure you do this one step very carefully. This is the air sensor that's within the factory right there. Factory intake manifold. This goes right to the throttle body. Make sure you turn it counterclockwise, but be careful. This thing is super fragile, and if this is broken, your engine will start acting up, and you will have error codes come up after installation. So make sure you do this. Once you get this, you now very carefully install it onto the intake tube. Again, fragile. So this 2020 Charger is a little bit different. Once you have the tube, you put in the fitting, the air sensor there. Make sure it's fragile. Again, on the bottom you have to put this 90-degree angle tube. Make sure it's facing, once you flip it over, basically see where the K&N is, like it's facing into the engine. What you need to do here is some little modification. Originally, this one comes with this plastic air hose. It's basically like this behind the engine, and it's connected to this little 90-degree fitting right behind the engine inlet on this side. It does not connect to this hose to be able to connect all the way here. So what you do is you remove the fitting away from that, take off that, put in the same fitting into the new holes that they provide for you, and you're gonna connect it here, and you're gonna run it this way. I'll show you once it's done. Alright, so like I told you guys, I had to modify the stock air hose So what I did, I got the fitting, I put it onto the rubber hose they gave us, it provides, and I put it to this fitting. Make sure you mount this clamp that goes onto the engine mount, and then this is the sensor. So now after all this is done, you flip it over, you'll put it into here, tighten the clamps. That was the piece before, that was a clamp. So then you put it into there, you tighten the clamp also, and then that big pointy part that I showed you goes onto here. This moves around, so you just put it into a little socket there and then run it, and then the air hose I'm gonna show you runs all the way here into the back, and it'll connect with that fitting, and we'll tighten that clamp as well. Only you have to do that modification. Other than that, what else is left? Oh, the cone, the cover, and you're done. Intake will be installed. All right, now it's on. So like I told you, this connects to here. You put a coupling here. Make sure you connect the sensor back. Now you're gonna get an error. So here's the sensor. It's connected. Make sure this is nice and tight. Coupler's on. Tube is on. Other coupler's on right here. The other one is good. So then, like I told you, you connect this one to the fitting. This air line goes all the way to the back. I don't know if you can see it, but it connects right here. It's really hard to see, but it connects back here if you have to do. And that's it, the finished product. Intake filter hooks up with the same clamp. Shine up the chrome, and that's it. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Please subscribe for future videos just like this one. Follow our IG and Facebook for future jobs and videos are going to be posted on our YouTube channel. Once again guys, thank you for all the support. On to the next one.